Children of class 8, we should must admit that water is driving force of all nature. Nothing is softer or more flexible than water, but irony is what that we are treating our water bodies or holy rivers so rudely. But children, we should never forget that water cycle and life cycle are not different, they are just one. So you can see that what is written here, eutrophication, sounds little dissimilar, you can say very new type of word, or it is a term that I am going to introduce today, and I will try to elaborate what is eutrophication. So just keep your fingers crossed to get knowledge about a global problem, which is eutrophication. Children of class 8, you may can feel that the word eutrophication feels like never seen, never heard, but I will make it easy. I will try to tell you that how it is becoming a global issue worldwide. The different countries are fighting with the eutrophication because it is a related problem of the pollution of water bodies, how the water bodies are getting very toxic, and that is all because of the human activities. In the root of every pollution, this is your man-made activities, and that is eutrophication also. It's not different from the humans' careless behavior towards the natural resource, the mother nature. So children, I was telling you that the water pollution takes place due to the some point sources, and what are these point sources? Point sources can be agricultural, domestic, then your industrial also. So these all 3 point sources are responsible for the eutrophication, because you know that whenever we are using the water in our houses or in our colonies or in the residential area, they are becoming sewage or wastewater, and this is your domestic wastewater. Then the industries are also using water as a coolant or as a solvent, and they are becoming industrial affluent. Affluent means what? I told you that the affluent is not just a liquid based waste, but it has some toxic gases like sulfur dioxide, nitric oxide also present in it, and that is why we call industrial liquid waste as industrial affluent. Not just the industrial waste, but industrial affluent. And then the agricultural area also, because where we are doing the farming, we are using heavily fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, etc., and they dissolve in the water when we irrigate the farm. जब हम लोग खेत की सिंचाई करते हैं, when the rain comes, and it does irrigation naturally also, because in our India maximum of the agriculture is depending upon the monsoon. So what happens, these फार्म्स और फील्ड्स, ये जो खेत हैं जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा फर्टिलाइजर की यूज हो रही है, वेयर crops are grown, you can say the bumper crops are grown by using the fertilizers. That fertilizer also mixes in the soil, and it mixes in the water also, because the fertilizers are chemical which are soluble in water, and this water slips down nearby pond, lake, etc., because you know that wherever the farming is done or agricultural work is done, mostly there are smaller or bigger water bodies, canal, rivers, etc. are there. So this water slides with the rainwater and runoff. This is called runoff of water. So this runoff of water goes in the ponds, lakes or rivers, whatever is available in that area, and it is majorly responsible, this sewage, which is the part of domestic waste, this industrial effluent, which is the part of industrial waste, and this your fertilizer and chemicals mixed in the water from the farming work. These all 3 are together responsible for the eutrophication. So as you know that the industrial water is rich in highly acidic substances, it is very acidic, and you can say domestic water is rich in organic waste like sewage, etc., and industrial and agricultural waste water is rich in very bad kind of chemicals like sulfuric acid, potassium hydroxide, which are rich in nitrogen, sulfur, etc. Nitrate, phosphate, carbonates are found in the fertilizers. So these together do what? That when they go in the water bodies, they in the water bodies a large number of bacterial growth takes place. or algal bloom is also, we call it algal bloom also. Large number of algae, green color, a kind of green color microorganism grows over the layer of the water, top surface of the water, and that does what, that since these fertilizers or these sewage etc are rich in nutrients. Why nutrients? Because they keep nitrogenous compounds. Nitrogenous compounds are actually nutrients. So these nutrients are the food for these bacteria. We call these bacteria phytoplankton. So they grow in large number, and since the water bodies have naturally aquatic plants and animals present in them, which live their whole life cycle inside the water only. They get their sufficient food or sunlight, or they do the respiration and they do photosynthesis etc all inside the water. So they need sunlight, oxygen mandatorily, necessarily. So from where this sunlight and oxygen come? It comes from the mutual dependence. Like the aquatic animals give the carbon dioxide out because they breathe out carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is taken by the aquatic plants, and sunlight comes from the surface of the water, and oxygen remains dissolved in the water, that is your dissolved oxygen. So these all make the water make the life of the water animals or plants possible. But what happens when these organic waste or industrial waste and agricultural waste mixes up? This water becomes rich in foreign bodies. Foreign bodies are what here? Which is not the part of the water kingdom. These fertilizers or these sewage etc. So the bacteria grow in the large number to consume these you can say fertilizer, which is your nitrate, phosphates etc. Bacteria why grow? Because for these bacteria this becomes the food. So unnecessary, which bacteria is not desirable for the water body, microorganisms which are not desirable for the water body, in the water body, they grow in the very large number, and they start consuming these nitrate, phosphate, carbonate, sulfates etc. Then what happens? These are the bacteria which are the living beings, and every living being must breathe, must do respiration. So they start consuming the dissolved oxygen which is present in the water to respire, to breathe. Due to which what happens? They consume maximum of the oxygen in their breathing process, and the oxygen which was naturally available for the aquatic plants and animals becomes very less. This results in what? That the aquatic plants and animals start dying because of the deficiency of oxygen, because the oxygen level depletes badly. The depletion of oxygen level is seen with the large population or large growth of these phytoplankton bacteria or algae. This process is also called algal bloom. It makes the water body looking totally green over the surface of the water. आपने देखा होगा कभी, आपने अगर आप ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं तो किसी लेक और पॉन्ड में आपने देखा होगा कि वो बिल्कुल हरे रंग का दिखता है. This is your algal bloom actually. Just try to take the pic of that water body, and if you will go near to that water body, these water bodies are highly toxic in their nature, and they smell foul also, because lots of contaminants are dissolved in the water bodies, and which making the water body totally unfit for the consumption. Even after the purification also it doesn't become right for the consumption. Although lime etc जो चूना वगैरह होता है और cow dung is also found very useful in removing the eutrophication, is dissolved in the water and they neutralize the water slowly, but still this process is becoming so slow that the eutrophication is not you can say becoming an issue worldwide. How to remove eutrophication is a threat for the environment. Eutrophication is becoming a big threat for the environment. So worldwide agricultural scientists or environmentalists are trying to find out the solution of this eutrophication or algal bloom. So how to remove this eutrophication, because it is becoming a big threat for the human bodies also, for the humans. So humans should be much aware that actually this eutrophication is nothing but the result of carelessness of the humans and the human activities. So it is our initiative that we should stop doing the farming which is rich in the fertilizer, and we must not allow the sewage to flow inside the water body, and we try to neutralize the industrial effluent before slipping down inside the water body. But a very unique solution has been found of lately. आजकल इसका इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है. ये बहुत नई चीज़ है, मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ. It is a kind of case study, you also can say, that in countries like United States, America, etc., shellfish is grown in the large number in the water bodies where the algal bloom or eutrophication has been found. Why shellfish? Because the shellfish, which are oysters and mussels, etc., they consume nitrates, and they stop the eutrophication. So the large population of shellfish and mussels is helping a lot in overcoming the eutrophication. They not only remove nitrogen from the water, because nitrogen, it comes from where? Nitrates, and these nitrates are you can say kind of nutrient. Nitrogen also is found in the proteins heavily, so it is a nutrient. So not only nitrogen they remove, but they filter out suspended solids also from the water. The suspended solids are also removed from the water by these oysters and mussels, which are kind of shellfish. So this is an innovative way that I wanted to tell you about the algal bloom and eutrophication. Now, what is our role? Our role is also much bigger, because scientists alone cannot do anything, or the environmentalists also need the general population to in fact fight any global issue or any global problem. So accumulation of harmful chemicals, children, you will get surprised to know that these how that kind of farming in which we are using heavily fertilizers, and these fertilizers are causing cancer like diseases in our farmers and in the general common people who are consuming such crops. जो लोग इस तरह के अनाज खाते हैं जिनमें कि बहुत ज़्यादा फर्टिलाइजर की यूज़ की हुई है, तो उस फर्टिलाइजर की एक्यूमुलेशन उस क्रॉप में भी हो जाती है. द सीड्स ऑफ द क्रॉप्स ऑल्सो एक्यूमुलेट दीज फर्टिलाइजर्स, एंड व्हाट हैपेंस अल्टीमेटली, वी आर द कंज्यूमर्स, वी ईट बिकॉज वी आर द heterotrophs, we are not the autotrophs. So naturally we will consume that type of food which is grown in the that type of farming, by that type of farming where the fertilizers has been used. So that fertilizer will ultimately is going where? It will go in our body, it will accumulate in our blood, and naturally what happens that slowly these start acting upon our body, and we get intestinal cancer, and then your colon cancer are very common. Now it is becoming common. I am telling you a case study in the Punjab, that the farmers in the Punjab are using heavily fertilizers in their farms, and they are growing very good crop. But that good crop is taking their lives, because they are using the fertilizers like sulfas, potash, urea, etc., which are very rich in the acidic and basic substances, and they continuously remain in the contact of such type of fertilizers. What happens? Such type of fertilizers go inside their body, accumulate in the body. उनके body में इसकी level इतनी high हो जाती है कि they maximum of the farmers in the your Punjab state, Haryana state, etc., are dying from the cancer. You will it is so sad to know that a train which starts from Amritsar and goes to Ajmer every day that train is free for the farmers by the government of India, because in the Ajmer there is a cancer hospital, and in that cancer hospital the farmers are treated free for the cancer. They just board the train and they reach Ajmer and they get treated for the cancer, and because you know that a cancer is that type of disease which is not detected in the early stage, and that is why the chance of mortality rate is very high. Chances of survival is still you can say nil in cancer. So our role is very important here, that we start doing the organic farming, and in many states of India, in our Bihar also, you will find it very pleasing to know. बहुत अच्छा लगेगा आपको सुनकर कि बिहार के बहुत सारे पार्ट्स में अब ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग की को बहुत ज़्यादा अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं फार्मर्स. ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग की इंपॉर्टेंस को फार्मर्स ने समझ लिया, बिकॉज इट नॉट ओनली गिव्स गुड क्रॉप बट इट रिस्टोर्स द गुडनेस ऑफ सॉइल ऑल्सो, एंड इट मेक्स द सॉइल more and more fertile day by day. Whereas these fertilizers not only remove the fertility of the soil, but they remove the life also. So this was my awareness program, I will say, which I have taken in today's class. And I hope that this eutrophication must awaken your soul, how to restore life, how to restore our water bodies, because every water body is a holy water body, not just the Ganga, Yamuna, etc. Every water body is a holy water body. Children must try to understand it, must try to create awareness. That's my message to you.